Hello and welcome to day 8 of the challenge series. Today we'll deal with solving business problems that require you to apply the case expression. So, what is a case expression? Well, the case expression is like an if then else statement that evaluate the given condition and return value that matches any of the conditions. Let us see today's problem on how to solve that situation. So the today's business context is that the content curation team wants to categorize all films into simple viewing segments, that is short, medium and long, for a new streaming interface that lets user filter by film duration. And also the team wants to know how many films fall into each category. So the problem that we need to solve is we need to show a list of all films with a column that says short if the length is less than 90 minutes. So the conditions that we are putting is if a film is less than of 90 minutes duration, we assign it into the category short. If it is between 90 and 120 minutes, we assign it in the medium category. And if it is more than 120 minutes, we'll assign it in long. So we will use the case expression to solve it, and we'll then also use the aggregate function on counting how many films fall into each category. So our approach will be we'll identify the tables. So we know that from our ERD that the film table contains the length duration. So the film table has the length duration. Okay, and then we can create a derived column on the fly using SQL's case expression. So once we wrap that in the case expression, we will then use the count function to count the films per category, and we will then group by the case expression result. So let us look that into practice. Okay, let us now first solve the first part of the problem. So our first part was we need to segment the films into their respective category based on the film duration length. So the ranges that we will be using is we will define the film as short if it is less than 90 minutes. We will define it as medium if it is between 90 and 120 minutes. Else we will give the default as long. So to solve this, let us first select the required fields. So let us select the film ID, let us select the title, and let us select the length, and let us give it as duration as the alias, and we'll give it from fill. So let us execute this. So here if you see we have the duration of each film. Now let us segment the films. So for that we'll use the case condition, and we'll start with the first condition when the length is less than 90 minutes. So we assign it as we assign it into the short category. Similarly, when length is between 90 and 120, we'll take then into medium, and else will give it as long. So long would be our default in case any of the condition does not match, and we'll end this case, and let us give this case an alias into the length category. And now let us run this query and see a result. So here if you see we have segmented the films into their respective categories. Now this is the first problem's solution. Okay, now let us answer the second part. So first we will apply the case condition that we already have applied earlier. So let me copy paste that. So we'll use the same case condition, and let us give it as an alias length category. Let us use the same case condition from film table, right? Now we also need to count the number of films in each of the category, in each of the length category. So for that we'll apply the count aggregation method, and we'll count is all the films into each category, and let us give them an alias film counts. Okay, and since we have applied the count, we'll also need to group by. So we'll need to group by the condition itself. So we'll take the whole case condition and then we'll group them. So group by with the case condition, and let us now see the solution. So yes, here we see for short films the film count is 320, for medium film the film count is 223, and for long it is 457. So this answers both the part of our problem statement. Okay, so here are today's tip. Use case for inline conditional logic instead of creating separate queries. So here in our problem, we use case to dynamically categorize film duration within our query. So we did not need to create new tables or write multiple filters. It's one of the SQL's most powerful tools for transforming data on the fly. Second, group by derived values, like the case outputs, to get aggregated insights without changing your schema. In this problem, we didn't need to store short, medium, long in the database. We derived it in the query itself and still aggregated it easily.